Do you ever look at your cat and wonder if they actually care? Not in a joking way, in a real, quiet 2 a.m. kind of way. You've heard the jokes. Cats are aloof. Cats are selfish. Cats tolerate you at best. And maybe some small part of you has started to believe it, because unlike a dog, your cat doesn't run to the door. They don't cover your face in kisses. They don't perform their love in ways that are easy to read. But here's what most cat owners never find out. Your cat has been telling you they love you every single day, probably this morning, possibly right now, in a language so subtle, so ancient, so uniquely theirs that most owners spend years, sometimes an entire lifetime, completely misreading it. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you one moment in particular, one thing your cat does that almost every owner brushes off or misunderstands. And when you finally see it for what it is, it's going to change the way you look at your cat completely. Stay with me. That moment is coming, and it's worth the wait. 1. The slow blink that most owners never return. Has your cat ever looked at you from across the room, held your gaze for a moment, and then slowly, almost lazily, closed their eyes and opened them again? Most owners don't even notice it. The ones who do usually assume their cat is just drowsy. They look away, they go back to their phone, and they miss something that animal behaviorists consider one of the most significant gestures in the entire cat communication system. That slow blink is not tiredness. It is not indifference. Dr. Humphrey and Professor Humphrey McComb at the University of Sussex published a study in Scientific Reports in 2020, finding that cats use the slow blink to communicate positive emotional states toward the humans they trust. In the study, cats were significantly more likely to slow blink in response to owners who slow blinked at them first, and they were more likely to approach an unfamiliar experimenter who had slow blinked at them than one who had maintained a neutral expression. The researchers concluded that this exchange functions as a form of emotional signaling, a way of saying, "I feel safe with you. I choose to be open with you. You are mine." In the wild, a cat that closes its eyes in the presence of another is making themselves momentarily vulnerable. They only do that with those they completely trust. So when your cat looks at you from the other side of the room and slowly blinks, they're handing you something rare. Blink back, slowly, and watch what happens. 2. The headbutt that isn't asking for anything. Your cat walks up to you, presses the top of their head firmly against your hand, your chin, your cheek. Maybe they do it so hard it's almost aggressive. Most owners laugh, rub the spot, and move on. A few look it up and find out it's called bunting, and that cats do it to mark territory with scent glands. And they stop there. They think, oh, my cat is just claiming me like furniture. But that's only half the truth, and the other half is the part that matters. Yes, cats have scent glands near their temples and cheeks, and yes, when they press against you, they are leaving their scent, but feline behaviorists are careful to point out that bunting is selectively social. Research observing feral cat colonies have found that mutual head bunting occurs primarily between closely bonded individuals, littermates or mothers and their offspring. Cats do not bunt things they're indifferent to. They don't bunt strangers. They don't bunt people they merely tolerate. They bunt the ones they have chosen. When your cat presses their head into you, they are not marking property. They are marking belonging. They are saying, you and I are the same group. You are part of what is mine, and I am part of what is yours. That is not a cat claiming furniture. That is a cat claiming family. 3. The gift you didn't want and what it actually cost them. You know the one, a toy mouse left by your pillow, a hair tie carefully placed on your keyboard, and if your cat goes outside, something worse, something that made you shriek and grab a paper towel. Most owners react with confusion, mild horror, or exasperated laughter. They don't connect it to love. But here's what's actually happening. Cats are solitary hunters by nature. Unlike dogs, they did not evolve to share. Sharing food, sharing prey, sharing resources goes against some of the deepest wiring in a cat's nervous system, which means when your cat brings you something, anything, they're doing something that doesn't come naturally to them. They're overriding instinct in your favor. Researchers studying feral cat colonies have found that prey sharing only occurs between cats with the strongest social bonds, typically mothers and kittens. When your cat brings you a gift, they are placing you in that category, the one reserved for the most important relationships in their world. It's not about the dead bird, it's about what the dead bird represents. It means your cat looked at what they had, thought of you, and decided you should have it. That is love, expressed in the only way a small wild animal knows how. So the next time they bring you that rope toy or that sock they definitely weren't supposed to have, don't just throw it. Take it. Hold it for a moment. Look at them. Because what they're saying in that small and earnest offering is, I missed you. I thought of you. Take this piece of my world. 4. The warning sign hiding in plain sight. I want you to pay close attention to this one because unlike the others, this isn't just about understanding your cat better. It's about keeping them safe. Does your cat ever come to sit near you but not quite with you? Close but not touching? Present but just out of reach? Most owners don't think twice about it. They figure their cat wants company but also wants space, which is just cats being cats. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes it isn't. Veterinary behaviorists note that cats who are experiencing low-grade pain or early illness will often seek proximity to their trusted person without seeking contact. They want to be near you, but touch has become uncomfortable, so they close the distance without closing the last few inches. A cat in pain rarely cries, rarely limps dramatically, rarely asks for help in any way a human would recognize. What they do is quietly shift their behavior, and one of the first things to shift is how they position themselves near you. If your cat, who normally curls against you, has started sitting nearby but slightly apart, and that persists for more than a few days alongside any change in appetite, grooming, or eye contact, don't brush it off. That small distance your cat is keeping might be the only way they know how to tell you something is wrong. The owners who catch it early are always the ones who were paying close enough attention to notice when something slightly changed. 5. Why your cat shows you their belly and then attacks you. You know exactly what this is. Your cat rolls onto their back, stretches out, exposes their soft underbelly, looks at you with half-lidded eyes. You reach down, and then teeth, claws, betrayal. Most owners laugh and call their cat evil. Some genuinely feel confused. They think they misread a signal. They think their cat was trying to trick you. But here's what no one tells you. The belly display in cats is not an invitation to touch. It's a display of trust. A cat's abdomen is their most vulnerable area, organs exposed, no protective bone. Feline behaviorists note that when a cat rolls over and shows you their belly, they are not saying, rub this. They are saying, I feel safe enough with you to be completely vulnerable right now. The attack happens because you reached for the one thing they were offering as a symbol, not a gift. It's the equivalent of someone sharing a deep secret with you and you immediately broadcasting it to a room full of people. The trust was in the showing, not in the touching. So the next time your cat rolls over in front of you, try something different. Don't reach for the belly. Just look at them. Stay still. Let them have their moment of openness. Because what they are really saying in that exposed and trusting posture is, with you, I don't have to be guarded. That's not nothing. That's everything. 6. The moment you've been misreading every single day. I promised you something at the beginning of this video. One specific moment, one thing your cat does that almost every owner in the world gets wrong. Here it is. It happens when you're busy, when you're at your desk or cooking or watching something, and your cat quietly walks into the room, doesn't meow, doesn't demand anything, and simply lays down somewhere nearby, maybe at your feet, maybe on the arm of your chair, maybe just inside the doorway, close but not crowding you. And you don't notice because they didn't ask for anything, because it was quiet, because nothing happened. But something did happen. Cats are not pack animals. They did not evolve to seek company. Solitude is their biological default. So when a cat voluntarily enters a room you're in and simply chooses to be near you with no agenda, no demand, no performance, that is not nothing. That is the entire point. Research from Oregon State University, led by animal behavior scientist Kristen Vitale, found that cats form genuine attachment bonds with their owners, secure attachments, not unlike those seen in human infants. One of the primary expressions of that secure attachment in cats is voluntary proximity, not vocalizing, not touching, just being in the same space. Your cat does not need to be in that room. There's no food there, no toy, no reason at all, except one. You are there. And for your cat, that is reason enough. So the next time your cat slips quietly into the room and settles somewhere near you without asking for anything, don't brush it off as coincidence. Don't assume they just happened to wander in. They chose that room because you were in it. They chose that spot so they could feel you nearby. They chose, in the quiet and uncomplicated way that cats do everything, to be close to the person they love most. Cats don't perform love. They don't announce it. They don't need you to see it to feel it. But now you will. So when you finish this video, find your cat wherever they are. Don't call them over. Don't make a fuss. Just go and be in the same room. Sit down. Be still. And see if they stay. They probably will. They probably always have. You just didn't know what it meant until now.